YouFishTV is brought to you by Shimano, Bar Crusher Boats, visit barcrusher.com.au, and Robost Automotive and Marine Paints. There we go. G'day, I'm Brendan Wing and welcome to YouFishTV. Dreams do come true. Just being at this place is a dream come true for me. Ever since I was a kid I wanted to come to the USA, up the northeast coast, and chase giant bluefin tuna. And here I am, at a place called Cape Cod in the USA. The date is the 17th of June 2011. We're lucky enough to have one of the guns of the country out with us, Adam Sherer, a professional from New Jersey, some 12 hours away, who's made the effort to come up here and take us out recreational fishing for these giant fish. But we're doing a bit different than we do at home. There'll be no trolling. We're on the hunt, we're on the prowl, we're driving around the ocean just looking for birds, signs of life, in the hope that we'll find some busting or moving fish. And when we find them, we're going to cast lures at them, sight cast at them, just like we were fishing for salmon at home in Melbourne's Port Phillip Bay. Don't even says these fish range 200 to 800 pounds in this part of the world, and we'll be happy with anything over 200. It'd be nice to get a 300 though, it really would. Well, let's just show you what we do. Well, it hasn't taken long. We've only come out of the harbour about 5k, straight out of a place called Riders Inlet at Chatham on the very southeastern tip of Cape Cod. And we found some birds straight up, and the boys already fired a couple of casts in. I'm going to sacrifice my fishing to make sure we get a show. And but at some point I will be casting. Geez, there's birds here. There has to be tuna here. Adam's saying there's tuna here somewhere. So it's a matter of keeping your eyes really sharp on that water. Look for any signs of life, and if you see it, and you can pick which direction the tuna are moving in, you cast that stickbait right in front of them. been looking out for about an hour straight. We haven't seen much life since we saw those birds early this morning. We did see a tuna jump clean out of the water, but we kept working that ball for about half an hour and nothing, so we've been on the look. This is the hunt, and I actually really enjoy it. Just driving the ocean, eyes peeled, looking for anything. Part of the thrill.
As you can see here, the size of a couple of football fields, we've got birds circling. What they're doing is they're spotting tuna. And typically what happens is they'll hold just as high above the water as the tuna are below. So what happens is when they get really close to the surface, they're hitting bait, there's tuna right underneath them, leaving scraps everywhere. So we've got to get really close to them without spooking them and get a cast right in the middle. Look at the incredible scene we've got here. We've got the full cycle of Mother Nature going on. We've got whales, we've got plankton, we've got all the birds feeding on all the scraps left over. Then what we've got the Atlantic bluefin tuna. And these are just true giants. What they're doing is they're following the whales and picking up all the scraps. And what are we doing here? We're casting stick baits right in the middle of them.
Show us what a stick bait is for everyone at home.
Here's a stick bait. As you can see, it's like a bibbed minnow without a bib. We cast these straight behind the whales, or where we see some bait or birds diving into the water, and we crank it back, and that's going to imitate some sand eels, herring, mackerel, and we hope to pull tuna with it. So let's get it in there.
Get it out there, son. Oh my God, this is just amazing. There's got to be some tuna here. What's happening is this sand eel at this time of year, there's millions of sand eel congregate mid-water, come up off the bottom and do their thing. And they come up on the sand, there's just big shoals of bait, but it's actually eels, but they're silver-like bait. And the whales are here feeding on it, and the birds are feeding on the byproduct left by the whales. And there's tuna here somewhere. There's tuna here somewhere. Okay, the whales, oh, look at that. Have a look at this. Man, get one out, Tommy, get one out.
Fire out the Shimano Oshik again.
You're up.
So with the stick bait, we've just got a slow motion. We basically pull the stick bait through the water, just so it mooches along with a little bit of an enticing wiggle, and draw up the slack. Very important to draw that slack up, not have too much slack, otherwise you're going to miss the tuna bite.
It's a dream come true, you know. I'll pay credit right now. Steve Starling came over to this part of the world when I was a kid, when he was a young man, and hooked one of the biggest tuna in the world at the time, 1,100 pound odd bluefin tuna on 130 chair tackle. And I've always dreamed of coming here one day and experiencing tuna. Now, We're not likely to stop them on this gear, but we can certainly target the tuna in the 200 to 400 pound range. And if we catch a 400 pound tuna, we'll be very, very happy. It's not impossible to get a 600 or a 700 here either. Apparently they're here, but this is just amazing. And the trip itself is already worth its weight in gold just watching what's happening here. You know, people pay a lot of money to come and look at what we're seeing right now. A tuna, well, that'd be a bonus.
We're gonna cast right behind this whale.
They might have hooked that whale. We've done that before. What's going on, brother?
Oh, just out here at Cape Cod. Hooked up to my first bluefin. It's quite impressive.
You did it only casting a stickbait at it, mate.
Casting a stickbait. Shimano Oshik. Works a treat.
Absolutely, mate.
So we can land this baby.
And you've been hooked up about 3 minutes. How you feeling already?
Back's killing me.
Already?
Already. Just gonna have to go up the front of the boat here.
This is what it's all about, boys. This is Cape Cod 2011. Tommy's Tights' his first bluefin tuna.
Tell us what's been going on, mate. How hard have we done it?
We've had about 7 straight days of terrible weather, awful weather, overcast. The sun came out today, wind turned around to the west, and it's on. Game on now. So it's been a very hard-fought week, though.
Has it what? Hey, how do you feel about this? What's going on in your head? Straight out, just express your honest thoughts.
You know, we've had dejection for the last 7 days, and you know, every day, every single second of every hour we've been plugging out here, and now finally it's happened. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm just happy that we're tight on a fish. So
how long are you gonna last, brother?
Oh, I don't think it's too much longer.
Really? Already?
My lower back's absolutely giving me hell.
I'm gonna struggle in, aren't I? My back's gone.
All 65 kilos of me.
Yeah, that's right.
This fish is probably double my weight.
Well, I'll tell you something, mate. You've been the best tuna spotter on the boat this trip. You see birds in the distance that none of us can see. And I think it's quite fitting that you saw these birds and we've come in here and you've thrown your stickbait out and you've hooked up.
That's why you brought me.
Good on you, buddy. You're on a barrel, mate. What we call a barrel.
A barrel, a bluefin barrel.
What I find amazing is it doesn't strip hundreds of metres of line off you, has it?
No, as you can see, the spool still quite full.
Now, one of the things that we've noticed out here is that everyone's sharing rods because we're casting and we're using 7.5, 8 foot long rods. It's extremely difficult to lever them up out of the deep. Oh, that's nearly on the touching the boat, man. Oh, that was very close. And it just kills your back, and to lift a fish that's 300 pounds up from the depths. There you go. Yeah, like I was saying, to lift a fish that's 300 pounds up from the depths out here, we're in 100 metres of water. It really does your back in. And like Tommy said, he's only 65 kilos. He'll do his best as long as he can, then we'll tag him out. One team, one dream, just get a fish in the boat, that's the goal. One team, one dream, skipper, eh?
Yes,
Get it in the boat.
by all means necessary.
And you got the Stella 18,000 SW.
Yep, we got the Stella 18,000 this gear. Running a bit of Power Pro over the spool.
What pound line is it?
I got 80 pound line.
Here's your chance to get some line. Just coming under the boat a bit, careful. And he's on the boat, touching the boat.
Look.
Alright.
You want to take over?
you need me to? Yeah, you need me to?
Yeah.
Alright, I got it.
Got him?
Tag in Luke Wyrsta.
Tag
Go,
out.
brother. Whoa! Cape Cod tuna, here you are, brother, you're doing it.
I'm in a stormer at the moment.
Welcome to the USA. We've had to come around the halfway around the world to hook one of these on the stickbait, haven't we, mate?
Approximately 16,000 kilometres.
What do you think of that, Luke?
It's a lot of pain.
Yeah, unfortunately you'll do that for an hour and it'll still be there, you know.
How are you finding the right-hand reel?
Not very good.
Ooh. At least that's a smooth rail.
See, this is good though. Let him get up top. Yeah, yep. You want to drink the water, mate?
Yeah, that'd be good. Be something doing.
Nice. Whoa, look at that technique, boys. That's awesome, Luke. We're recording this. This will be history, brother.
It will be.
Yes!
You look like Kanishi. It's that much better. I've seen the video of him getting this fucking work.
And don't get us wrong, it doesn't mean that we can't do it at home, but there's a key difference. In Australia, where we take these large bluefin, traditionally it's all about trolling. And you stop on the schools and cast baits around, it's frowned upon. Over here, stick baiting for tuna is embraced. This is the preferred method, and they outnumber the trolling boats at least 10 to 1. And you can see why it's so successful.
Yeah, come on back out at it.
Well, as you can see at the back here, they're hooked up as well. Traditional style trolling on big gear. And they leave the rod in the holder. Another American thing, they do it here a lot. And they actually use their hand to pull the line between the first stripper guide and the reel, to pull the line on the reel as they wind with the other hand and leave the rod in the holder. That's just the way they do it here. And it's not traditional trolling like we know, where we tow around skirts and deep divers. No, none of that. They run what they call squid bars, which is basically a stainless steel bar with half a dozen squid running off it. None of them with hooks, but then at the back of those, one with a hook. And they run it back, one about 50 metres beyond the boat and another one about 100 metres beyond the boat. It's very, very different to how we do things, but effective. They're tight and we're tight. Might turn to have a go on the fish, I think.
Yep.
He's going down now. He's really going down.
How does it feel to be on your first USA tuna winger?
Brings back memories of pain. So about a month ago when I was at... Watch out. Where I point the rod. And the difference is, between this rod and every other rod we're used to, it's nearly 8 foot long. So, watch out. So it's not a very efficient lever. Because the weather's been so bad to us, and this is our one opportunity to get out, we're all happy to share and experience it. It says a lot when the LPV boys from New Caledonia, the French boys, are passing the rod backwards and forwards and makes themselves for 3 hours.
It's ridiculous.
Because they're gun hardcore fishers, and they were suffering. These things have displacement and they do not yield, even though it's American law to yield.
The traditional harpoon, bronze dart at the end. Got it taped off here so the dart doesn't slip off when we throw it.
And what's your job, mate?
Me?
He's the basket man.
I am the harpoon basket man.
They've got a buoy in a basket, connected to that line, connected to that pole.
Whenever you want me.
I'm just cooking. I'm just cooking.
In a bit of a sauna there.
God,
That wet weather gear on.
that was ridiculous. Right, Tommy, come this way, Tommy. Whoa. That was a bit close, wasn't it?
Here's the line at.
It's all clear. Send it to them, Hunter. You want me to help grab
Look at
it?
that. Let me know if you need anything.
Yo.
Might take a little nap here.
He's not slowing down.
No, he's not going to. That's perfect.
The one good thing about this is that I can lean back, use a bit of my body weight, and he's just taking line. He's burning energy, so this is good.
Just say mental notes as before and get to my camera angle so it's going to go.
Yeah.
Keep him up there, Tommy. Yep. Watch yourself, watch yourself. A little bit more.
Get the rod down the water.
Going up.
Well done, buddy. Oh. They did go up.
He's a 200 pounder. Well done, brother.
20.
Legend. Awesome.
Yeah, he's
Great
about
teamwork.
about 100 kilos of fish. They're not big by local standards, but back home that's a big fish. And we're not complaining, because on a stick bait on that rod, we got nearly broken, all three of us. Whoa, don't know what to say. Small beginnings. Let's think big now. We should just look at the footage first. There you go. Well done, boys.
Lovely. First bluefin tuna.
Not a bad start, is it?
Pretty good.
Whoa.